Okay.
I just see one person, John Romano. All right, I think we're good. We can start.
Okay, we have attendance?
Yes, attendance is taken.
Okay, approval of the minutes? We didn't have a meeting last month.
Yeah, it would be a motion to approve the March minutes.
Okay,
I make a motion to accept the minutes for March.
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, public comment.
Pete, we have Tom Ryder here from Land Tech Consultant. I don't know if you want to entertain his application at this time.
Where's that for?
Yeah, this is Tom Ryder. I'm representing the owners of 1 Cudlip Street.
Oh, we haven't done a site inspection on that yet. And we didn't receive, we were supposed to receive some drawings.
Yeah, they were sent last week or the week before.
Yeah, I did receive them. I sent them off to Steve.
Oh, okay. Because we wanted to do a site inspection on that still and have it, Steve, weren't we gonna have it marked out if they could?
Yeah, that'd be great if we could, Tom, to have it staked according to that drawing, just at the individual landmarks, if you will. Most importantly, the pier and the walkway, just to give us an idea of what we're looking at when we get down there.
Just a center line?
I'm sorry, sir?
Just a center line would be good, staking the center line?
Yeah, center line stakes are fine. And if you want to color code them with ribbon or whatever, that would be great.
Okay, so you want specific ribbons for the grass pavers and then separate ribbons for the actual fixed pier, and got it.
Yes, please.
Right.
Okay,
We would go there at a low tide. I don't think we'll do it until after May 20th. So, I mean, there is some time. And
all right. Is there any questions you have now, or do you just want me to log off and join back in at the next meeting?
Well, I think we need the site inspection before we go any farther.
No, I'm here, so I'm just asking if you have any, how you want to proceed.
I don't think so. You think anything, Steve? Steve?
Steve, can you hear us?
There we go. I just unmuted him. Steve? He's on.
Steve, can you hear us? Raise your hand if you can hear us.
No, he can't hear us.
You can't hear us.
He lost his audio.
Do you want, somebody wants to share chat with them?
He just signed off. He's going to sign back on.
Okay.
All right.
Where are you, in Florida, Tom?
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Are you in Florida?
Alvin Drive. I just changed the background now and then.
Oh. Don't you wish you were there?
Yeah, I do. I do.
I was
Someday.
there and they threw us out.
Personal thing?
No, we were fishing the Keys and they were throwing everybody out.
I drove out. You can get out going north, but you can't get in going south unless you got a driver's license in Florida.
I know.
That's crazy.
Steve,
Steve, can you hear us?
Yeah, I think I'm back. Am I back?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just moderator. For some reason, my audio is reverting to the phone, and I don't know why. So if there's something you can do on your end, I'd appreciate that.
Let me take a look. I don't know. Just to let you all know, there is one participant from the public, John Romano. When you, Steve, let's,
Steve, turn your phone off.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I was about to throw it out the window.
Don't
Hey,
do that.
Steve, is there any other comments, though, that we want to make about?
No, just, and I apologize, Tom, if you said this, but this is a shared facility. I see that it's 190 square feet, which is large, but it looks like it's going to be shared between those two properties.
That's correct. I've been working with Sue Bailey. We've already gotten to the point where they're happy with the design and has allowed me now to participate in all the local comments, you being one.
Okay, and it's a really large structure for that area. Have there been any comments from the neighbors there?
No, and the reason is because that's basically all their rear yard. I've been doing docks for many years, and this is very unique to me. Usually you have a kind of a terrace and then a drop off, and you put the dock right there. This is actually you'll see it during the site visit, it'll become very clear. But this is all just a big backyard that gets inundated because it's within the coastal jurisdiction line. So therefore, we just put the dock up to the a little past the mean high water line, and then just puts grass pavers the rest of the way. But that's what makes it a long dock.
Right, thanks.
It'll all become self-evident during the site visit because this is a more unique site situation than I've ever been to.
Thank you.
Right. That's why we're pushing site visits now. It makes this a lot easier.
Okay.
Okay, so you don't have to stay. Just have it marked for us after May 20th.
And
All right, so I have a couple weeks to do that, and fine. We'll have it staked. We'll have 2 color codes, and it'll be staked. And then, do you want me on the site visit, or are you just going to take care of it yourself?
not necessary, Tom, but you're more than welcome. We usually coordinate that with our constables at the Norwalk Marine Police, and we'll try to give you a 24, 48 hours notice, something like that. And obviously, we need to work with their schedules given with everything that's going on.
Okay, at this point, I will leave you all. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you.
Stay-
Thank you, Tom.
Take care.
Stay safe.
You too.
Okay, treasurer's report.
Pete, before we do that, John Romano's here also from the public. I don't know if he would
And-
like to
Oh,
say anything.
okay.
he has raised his hand, so I will allow him to talk.
Oh, darn it.
All right, John, you're all set.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Pete, when you guys do that site visit, let Pinto know, please, and it'd be a good idea if we start tagging along with you guys, because it seems like you may be getting this before we actually see it, so.
Yeah. John, you might have missed the first part of that. This one is in Rowayton, so it falls under the purview of the 5 Mile River Commission.
Yeah, that's your bailiwick, so no need. Just,
Okay.
Well, no, we have, who's been coming with us from Harbor?
Alan Kibbe.
Yeah, he's been showing up
Yeah.
with us. So, which is good. But we'll notify you guys.
Alan's a good guy, very good guy.
Yeah, we'll notify you guys anyways.
Okay.
All right. Okay, how about treasurer's report?
We had 2 recurring bills for the phone. They were paid I sent them over via interdepartment mail along with our payroll here at the end of the month, last month. So those 2 months should be paid. We had no other invoices or expenditures.
Okay. Sounds good. All
Actually,
right.
Tom, if you allow me, I did get a report today from the city accountants. There were some bills, expenditures to Silvermine Press for the Shellfish permits. And there was also the expenditures were for the phone bill and for Thomas Hart expenses for the consulting.
Yeah, with the new, they want to see our minutes that we approved any expenditure over 500. So can you get those to me as soon as possible? And then we should take a motion and vote on it so I can incorporate the minutes when I bring anything over $500 expenditure to them.
Sure, I can get those minutes to you.
Thank you. And then
Brewery.
send me over the invoices that haven't been paid, and I'll take care of those.
Okay. The only other item of note, there was interest for $25, and there were two items for revenue from All Season Marine. It was the half allocations from the Harbor Commission.
Okay,
So the final balance coming into tonight's meeting was $18,941.82.
okay, so, hey, Tom, so you're saying as of now, anything that we have to pay bills out, we should have them in the minutes of the.
No,
monthly
only
meeting?
any expenditure over 500.
Okay,
And as long as, like the reoccurring bills, it's not an issue. Phone
Right.
bills, stuff like that. But any major expenditure over 500, she wants to see them, which is not a big deal. It
No.
just shows that we approved it. That's
Right.
all.
oh, okay.
And then the Harbor Commission was kind enough to get the bills reallocated, because remember when we paid for the boat, it came out of us,
Right.
all of the expenditures. It wasn't split 50-50, and they were able to help out with that and get us reimbursed our half. So that's all squared away, all that money that we spent on the boat.
Well, that's good. All right. All right, secretary's report.
Yeah, I'll just say a couple of things if I could, Pete. First, I just wanted to send out a thanks and congratulations to Sergeant Lepak and Officer Silva on their water rescue yesterday west of Sheffield Island. Also, we said this in the introduction, but I want to welcome back Commissioner Matafari for his second tenure on the commission. So thanks for coming back, Coach, and thanks
Thank
for
you.
all of your service of many decades to the city.
Thank you.
And last bit of thanks, I'd also like to thank Captain Bloom for the recent transplantation to the recreational beds. And good luck to all the shell fishermen going through the wholesale issues that are currently underway. That's all, Pete.
Okay, all right, committee reports. Health Department.
Rainfall for March was 3.85 inches. For April, it's 5.01. Brings the total of the year to 14.34 inches. The average rainfall over the years in April was 4.23. The closure report, we had a closure on April 9th in the half-inch ground for 0.71 inches of rain. We had a closure in all three grounds, including over 1.5 inches on April 13th for 1.77 inches of rain fell. On April 24th, the half-inch area closed for 0.57. And on April 30th, the half-inch closed again for 0.85 inches of rain. There were no notifications for March or April of a bypass.
Okay, wastewater treatment plant. We don't have anyone here for that, do we? Okay. Water quality.
Okay, we have not heard back from the state as to water quality monitoring in the harbor. I've talked to Shellfish, and when I talked to Kristen, they were gonna start monitoring PFAS and PFOS. But with COVID-19 coming up, it changed their direction. And they're now looking at whether the COVID-19 can get into the shellfish or other fish species. I did send on Tim Kramer's advice. I took a look and called his brother, David. And David, Tim, just so you know, is no longer on the board at Shorehaven. But he said he'd pass it on because Shorehaven had purchased chlorpyrifos, which has been proven to be harmful to larval forms of shellfish and fish. So he said he would pass it on to the people at at Shore Haven, and I said, if they can find something else, if it's still there. I mean, they only bought 3 pounds of it, and that's not a lot, especially for an entire golf course. So he said he would pass it on and make sure the word got around. Diane Lauricello talked about drinking water and PFAS in public drinking water. We do know the city monitors it, but we do not know who is monitoring the monitors. There's no check after the water company checks it, and that was a concern for her. Facts concerning COVID-19 and wastewater treatment plant. The evidence right now is that if treatment plants use chloride compounds, it can kill the COVID-19. Usually, our plant uses that. However, if there's a bypass or a spill, we could get sewage that gets into the harbor, could impact the shellfish, and it literally has the potential for closing beds. The other thing that I thought of when I saw the newspaper and I saw how the boat went down, does anybody know if there was fuel leak at all?
No, I haven't. Pete didn't mention it to me when I talked to him. But I know Boat US or Sea-Tow, one of them was going out either today or tomorrow to lift the boat.
Okay, do you know where the hole was?
No, we haven't. No one's seen it.
Okay,
Pete says as soon as they got him off the boat
it went
sunk.
down. Yeah, they were lucky. It was a good day.
It was they hit just after that 15-foot hole. So the
Yep.
rock that sticks up, it was there, and then when it started sinking, it just slid down into the hole.
That's going to be a tough one. Somebody's going to have to get in the water for that, I think.
Oh, that's a definite. They got to put airbags on.
Yeah. Okay, that's all I have. Any questions? Okay.
Okay. Permits.
They were dropped off, and it's slow right now, very slow. They haven't sold many. We're hoping as the weather improves, the sales will pick up.
Yep. Okay. All right. Police. Anybody from the police department there?
I don't
No.
believe so.
No,
Okay.
no.
Advisory, Dave Hobb called me because he doesn't know how to do this. So he told me it's 51 degrees, the water temperature. And harbor management. No one's from harbor management today?
Yeah, yes, Tony's
Yeah.
here.
I'm
Okay.
here. John Romano
right.
was on. Is John still on?
No,
No.
he's not.
Well, as far as I
Yeah,
know,
John is still on.
John's still on? I don't see his name at all, Tommy.
He's under attendees. If you go to panelists, if you go to participants.
Hey, Tom.
Okay, he's here. Okay.
there he is. Yeah, I think
There he
John
is.
should give the commission report.
Say again?
Do you have anything to report?
All right, give me a call when you get out of work. Okay, bye.
Hey, John?
Yeah,
Yeah, can you do the harbor management report?
yeah, sure.
For the shellfish? This
Am
is
I
Tony.
unmuted?
Yes,
Yeah,
you
you're
are.
unmuted. I can hear you,
Okay.
I
John.
think you are.
All right, well, part of it I gave before about the goings on Water Street. Other than that, we're, just moving right along and fighting the good fight. I mean, our issues are still with DOT and the placement of the boats between the bridges. And we were kind of emphatic that we did not want the boats to be put there under any circumstances for many reasons. Part of it is maneuverability. Obviously, it's a major safety issue. And they cannot maintain it, no matter how they do it, how they test it. There's no way of maintaining a 150-foot safety barrier. It's just physically impossible. So you got the Norwalk Marine Police, the harbor master, deputy harbor master, and the Coast Guard vehemently against them keeping those boats permanently in between the bridges while the construction is going on. They came up with a couple of half-ass alternatives, and which we pushed back on. We have another meeting tomorrow morning with them at 9 o'clock regarding, now they want to do where Steve, that they never wanted to do a risk assessment before. Pete, you remember how they pushed back several times? No, we don't have to do a risk assessment.
No, that was Eversource. They did a risk assessment on the, not on the boats, but they did a risk assessment on drilling.
Right, but they'll also, we asked them to do a risk assessment, and you guys did too. You were vehement about that because that was part of your input because of the cranes that are going to be there and what kind of issues would happen with,
If
craning.
one fell.
Yeah, if something fell over the buildings. And they said they didn't need to do it. Now, all of a sudden, to justify their position in keeping the boats between the rivers, they're going to do a risk assessment. And that's what the meeting is about tomorrow, which to me is redundant. If they're going to do a risk assessment, it should be about cranes over the buildings. It should
John,
be.
do you know I'm sorry. Do you know who they're using to do the risk assessment?
Yeah, I think it's race. So that, we're going to keep pushing back on it. To us, it's not something that should be done, and they should have alternative locations set up. And I could give you guys a better result of the meeting tomorrow. And if any of you want to attend that meeting, I'll forward you the link to get on it. So that's the major thing that's going on. We found out also about Eversource not having made any final decisions on anything. And we got that from Adam Blank when he was doing a presentation about developing the properties from, I think, 68 to 108 for more condos and more apartments. We specifically asked where they stood with Eversource, and he said that it changes from week to week. Well, we haven't even gotten the week-to-week presentations. I guess they have because they're still negotiating. And I think that's about it. You'll have something you want to add, Tony?
No, you're fine. Good. Thank you.
Okay, to accept the committee reports, motion to accept the committee reports.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, old business.
Yeah, just really quick, Pete. So I want to put a motion on the floor to temporarily suspend seed oyster permit fee collections just because of the COVID-19 situation, and until such time where we can get together and have a better accounting. What I would like also to do as a rider to that is just put out to the fishermen that they should be collecting, that is tabulating the number of bags that they're collecting currently.
Tim Kramer still on?
He is. Tim, you're muted.
Okay, very good. I'll let him know that. I'll tell Dave. Dave will tell everybody.
Okay,
Thanks.
so.
We do keep track of our numbers.
Yeah, but we want you guys to do a little talking to each other so we can at least figure something out. All right?
I had that as a motion, Pete.
Yep.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, new business.
Quickly, so the Norwalk Harbor Management Commission deferred to us with respect to the 52 Shorefront Park controversy. And we already commented on that at some length. I think the only thing that we could add, given that the drawings were not official surveys, that we could request that the that the structure be staked, and we did so on Tuesday to Harbor Management.
Okay.
Another one is the Water Street waterside development, as Chairman Romano mentioned, and that would involve the changing of zoning of those properties to remove the Marine Commercial District designation. And also there is a proposed crushed rock storage area being proposed for 310 Wilson Avenue. That would be bordered essentially by Mafia Block and a silt curtain. And there is some concern that that silk curtain would not prevent the migration of solubilized toxins into the watershed. So I think that's in need of a site visit and something we'll coordinate with Harbor Management on.
How about a sediment tank? Have they thought about that?
No, I mean, there's a Cultec there at part of the design, but it looks like it just sheet drains from the rest of the system. Yeah, I mean, I think your point is well taken, Pete.
Okay. All right. So,
Pete, I think John Romano would like to add something on that.
okay.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, on that particular thing, it was pointed out to them very emphatically that if there's gonna be a leaching issue, that they need to address it. I think when they did the design of the Cultec, I mean, the plan is very, very nice. They're doing mitigation with plantings further south of where the Mafia Block and the storage of material is gonna be. They're putting a fabric over the face of the area that's going to be covered with the storage. But what they could very easily address it, and it's just going to have to be an expanded Cultec or and water storage by putting a drain at the very base of that underneath. So any water that does migrate down gets collected into the system, as you pointed out.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
The next meeting is June 4th, and that'll be a Zoom, and we're not too sure yet, guys.
Right.
It's
Now, is it Tom, is it at 7:15 now?
Yeah, I believe they do need a gap between the water quality meeting and this meeting. So
Okay,
until
so-
further notice, we'll keep it at 7:15.
Okay, June 4th, 7:15. Call for a meeting adjourned.
So moved.
Second. So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. See you in June. I'll talk to you later, Steve.
Ciao,
Okay,
guys.
thanks, Pete.
Okay, bye.
Bye.